I don't know who hurt you, but I feel like that I feel like that was a very
Now
aggressive.
we got a show.
We can't do that now. We can't do that.
No,
We
no,
can't
no,
do that.
no. Let her express herself. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Right.
Okay.
If you, I mean, I feel like if you're putting out there that you feel like women in general, me being a woman, and so there is a whole bunch in there. If you can say out of your mouth that we are opportunists, men are just as opportunistic as we are. They and just like they're taking us on a, they're not taking us out on a date because they want to find a wife. 9 times out of 10, men are not looking for wives. They're looking for you know what. That's what they want. So yes, of course, I'm gonna put myself out there. Like if this what you want, this is what this is what it comes with. You're not gonna get a free ride just because you bought me McDonald's or you took me to the movies. All of a sudden, you think that I owe you something. So
Turn
no.
up. Turn up.
You can say all you want. We're opportunistic, but just like you looking for the opportunity to get in my pants, I'm looking for what your pockets is doing. Because if that's the exchange that you want to make, we can make it all day. Just make sure that your pockets stretch long enough, because McDonald's ain't gonna cut it.
You can live pretty well by yourself.
Now I got a question for the panel, and I think everybody can answer this question. Now I'm gonna just go around. Nurse Roxy, I'll start with you.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day when you was out here in the game, and a man wanted to take you out on a date, how much is not enough? Like, how much would you expect a man to spend on a date, or does that matter to you?
So I prefer when money is not an issue, so that it doesn't matter what we want to do. It's not like I can't do it, because that would stand out in my mind if we were planning something and then that's something you said, it would always be in my head. I would probably feel like at that point that I would want to like kind of start tapering off. Like I would probably start, I typically would do things like I would start like being busy all of a sudden or just
Or like, but I mean like a first date though. Like, do you?
Well, see, the first date would be that impression. So I'm giving you a chance on the first date because obviously we've had conversations, we've connected on different levels. You are showing me that intellectually you're there, so we probably would have had enough conversations that I felt like I wanted to see you face to face. So now, if while seeing you face to face, that part of you is revealed to me that you have a budget that way that I have to hear about it. I don't care if you have a budget in your mind, but if you have a budget that I have to hear about, then that would be a turn off for me personally. And I would also prefer that you make the date, like you're the one planning the date. And I'm a little delusional about that too, because even if I say I want to go out, I still expect the man to do the planning part. So if you're planning it, I'm assuming you're planning something you can afford. Because if you say to me, we're going to go see a movie and then we're going to go to this other place here and have a sandwich. Okay, then that's what we're doing. No disappointment there. I don't have to know about how much money you have or your budget. But if you say we're going to go to this place, this restaurant, and you pass me the bill and say, "Oh, this is the part that I'm expecting you to pay," you may have to go wash the dishes, or we have to probably have some kind of other arrangement because I will walk away from that table. Or if I pay, you are going to hear about it, and I'm going to be able to Uber and Lyft. We're not going to go back in your car, and I'm going to leave out the door by myself.
Boy, it's hard out here for a pimp. King Gene.
Wow.
How much? What's the most do you think a man should spend on a first date?
Just speaking from experience, I know the most I think I've ever spent on the first date was probably $100. Probably $100.
What did that date entail?
Just what Nurse Roxy talked about: going to a movie, having a sandwich, going to a place to eat. But you got to understand, I have a voracious appetite, so the majority of that money was not ate by my date; it was eaten by me. Sad to say, but now let me stop being comical.
Wait. Well, let me ask you, how long? Okay, so like, how long ago would you say this was? Because $100 10 years ago isn't $100 today.
No, brother, that was 17 years ago.
Okay,
17 years ago.
So that dollar could have stretched. That
it stretched quite a bit. It did. It quite, and then the date the lady that I was taking out on the date, her I guess her goal in the date was to get to know who I was. It wasn't about how much money I had, what I wanted to blow, those things. It was simply about us getting to know each other. What I liked, what I didn't like, what she liked, what she didn't like. It was simple. And I think nowadays a lot of things have become conflated because the goals are different. The goals are different. Because you have some women now, they're going out, and this has been proven, so don't jump all over me because I know we got ladies on the panel. They're going out only to get a meal.
Yeah, I do that too. I do, and
Okay.
I have done that too.
Right?
Oh,
Yes,
damn,
I
right?
have done that too, and had to train somebody. Someone made a big mistake with me once when I did that. I said I was hungry. We went out to eat, and he tried to present the bill to me, saying that, well, you said that you were hungry. We came out here because you said you were hungry. And when I was done dealing with him, he went to the ATM and gave my money back, and no more dates.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so that like I said, what's the goal? What's the goal? I guess that would be my question, because if you're coming into this space and you're saying, I don't really like this cat, I don't, it's something about him, his mustache ain't sitting right on his face, or something, anything. I don't like this cat, but he's trying to take me to a restaurant with a Michelin star. I'm going. So you got to be careful, I guess. I guess that's all I'm saying.
My single ladies. So let me start with this. Does it matter how much a man spends on the first date?
How value nurse? I can't stay on long, bro. May I say something real quick?
Yeah, hold on one sec. Hold on one second. Let me get to the ladies
Okay.
real quick.
Okay.
Then I'll get to you. To my single ladies, how much is too much? I mean, how much is not enough? Let me ask this. Is there a limit? Do you care how much a man spends on a first date?
That's none of my concern. I mean, you asked me on a date, so it should be whatever.
And honestly, I feel like if a man is worried about his pockets when he's taking me out, he don't need to be taking me out. He needs to be worried about his pockets.
Yep, you need to be focusing on yourself, and building within yourself.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with me looking for a certain dollar amount. That'll have nothing to do with me wanting to be wined and dined. That's just in general human form. You should make sure that if you're doing something like that, you need to make sure your pockets are fine. Because I don't want you to be sweating bullets when the bill come and you tallying up how much you spent, which has happened to me, by the way. You tallying up how much was spent in your head, and then you calculate. Right. We don't need that. That's not fun to me. I don't think that that's something you should even do. Exactly. Don't put me in that situation either.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, Mr. Best in the World, what's cracking?
I value nurse. Thanks for having me on your panel, man. Definitely appreciate you. Much love, man. Much love to everybody. Salute to King Gene. Salute, man. Definitely. Salute to everybody on the panel. What's going on? And King Gene, you said something that was very, very poignant. You said be very careful. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because DJ Eddie Kane always says that be very, very careful. Because you have to be. Because, and I'm going to say this real quick because I got to be brief because I have some other stuff to do. But women are the biggest opportunists in the world. They are, point blank, period. They'll use you to get a meal. They'll use you to have kids. They'll use you to get a certain lifestyle that's for them. King James holding his face because But anyway, with that being said, he's shaking his head, yup. With that being said, like, that's just what it is. Like, I'm just going to keep it 100. You know what I mean? Men are opportunists as well, too, but women are the biggest ones. You know what I mean? Because they will sabotage your whole life in order to get something that's right for them. I have a few minutes for anybody to rebuttal. It's cool. I only have about 2-3 minutes, but yeah, that's my take on just modern dating or just dealing with women, period. You got to be very careful, especially if you're a man that has traditional values. You know what I mean? But if you're a man that's out here and you're kind of doing whatever you want to do and you're being a playboy, then, you know what comes with the game is what comes with the game. Like if you're out here being a playboy, then you know that you're going to get played sometimes too. It's just what happens. But if you're out here and you're a man, you have traditional values and you're really seeking a wife, then yeah, you got to be very careful, just like King Gene said.
Jaree, you look like you had some smoke. You muted.
Okay, my bad. I do have something to say because I feel like I don't know who hurt you, but I feel like that I feel like that was a very
No.
Now we got a show.
We can't do that now. We can't do that.
No. Let her express herself. Go ahead.
Okay.
I feel like if you're putting out there that you feel like women in general, me being a woman, and so there's a whole bunch in there. If you can say out of your mouth that we are opportunists, men are just as opportunistic as we are. They and just like they're taking us on they're not taking us out on a date because they want to find a wife. 9 times out of 10, men are not looking for wives. They're looking for you know what. That's what they want. So yes, of course, I'm gonna put myself out there. Like, if this what you want, this is what it comes with. You're not gonna get a free ride just because you bought me McDonald's or you took me to the movies. All of a sudden, you think that I owe you something. So
turn
no.
up. Turn up.
You can say all you want. We're opportunistic, but just like you looking for the opportunity to get in my pants, I'm looking for what your pockets is doing. Because if that's the exchange that you want to make, we can make it all day. Just make sure that your pockets stretch long enough, because McDonald's ain't gonna cut it.
Okay. Now we got a show.
I love this. And y'all know, as I always say, I'm always ready. Hold on, King G. Let me say this real quick because I gotta go.
Go ahead, Mr. Best in the World.
See, the thing is, it's funny. Women always run to that excuse. They always say, "Oh, why you been? Who's hurt you?" Nobody's hurt me. I've been in my situation for over a decade. Nobody's hurt me. I'm very well loved and taken care of by mine. So it has nothing to do with her. You know what I'm saying? So I've been in my situation for over a decade, and I was raised by grandparents who were married for over 50 years. Nobody's hurt me, sister. I'm just giving you straight facts. Now, with that being said, like I said, if you're a playboy and you're out here doing dirty Mac and you out here, throwing your thing around everywhere, then yeah, you know what the game, gives you. I'm talking about, I'm giving you both sides. So for the men who are out here playing around and they are taking the McDonald's or they're doing certain things, then yes, they know what the game is. They know that if they're playing around, they may get played. That's what's going to happen. It's just what it is. It's like how the movie, How to Be a Player or Boomerang or a whole bunch of movies about men players. You know what it is, and you know what's going to happen. I'm talking about for traditional men. Hold on, sister, I'm not done. I'll let you finish. I didn't interrupt you.
Let him speak. Let him speak. Go ahead, Mr. Best in the World.
So then my question is, who's hurt you, since you're trying to trying to jump in and just stop me? But yeah, with that being said, no, I'm talking about for traditional men. For traditional men, that's what happens. You know what I mean? Yes, there are men opportunists. Yes, they are. But like I said, women are the biggest opportunists because of the examples that I gave. You know what I'm saying? I give you clear-cut examples, and there are women who are great women, who are phenomenal women, who are great mothers, who are great women, you know what I'm saying, who actually really do care about men and actually want to uplift men, you know what I mean, and be there and be their peace, as well as the man be their rock and be their support system and do everything else. The man is